Alright, so the basic setup is obviously a fuckload of power charges. So I have one extra here, two extra here, one here. This counts as one more. And then I have +1 on my helmet here, and +1 on the boots here. You also get increased critical damage per power charge, which is kind of the premise. So on Falling Thunder, when the enemy is at full life, we have 100% crit chance thanks to this, all the crit nodes here, and ambush, obviously. So just some extra damage there. Ricochet definitely helps on something like the tighter corridors. Then we have Salvo, so this is kind of a neat way to do it. So Salvo basically makes it shoot in random directions. I don't have a tier 15 map for some reason. We're just going to grab something. And let's just go to just kind of an open map to showcase. I like Rust Bowl. Rust Bowl is cool. So when you first go into a map, we don't have any power charges, obviously. So what I normally do, I have Storm Wave for just the first couple of kills, and then I can use Profane Ritual. So I got 4 power charges. Nothing crazy. Just kills them. Cast on crit basically makes Profane Ritual go off a lot more times, and pretty much stay at max power charges most of the time, depending on how many enemies are near. So you can just use the regular Profane Ritual to grab a couple of extra, and yeah, that's pretty much it. As long as the rare is on full life, it's normally gonna one-shot, unless they have some crazy mods like lightning resistant, crit resistant, anything like that. Critting with the Invoker gives us, you know, ignores the elemental resistances. I just got this to basically do cast on crit more. Same with this here, extra damage whenever the cast on crit goes off. So Siphoning Strike, like I said, just this is mainly for bossing, so you can switch Profusion to up here if needed. And then, sorry about that. And then Profane Ritual, this is just the one that we actually cast ourselves. Mobility, basically, so it doesn't slow you down as much, but you can actually animation cancel this. So if you do it right, you can kind of cast it and then roll. Same with Falling Thunder, so you don't have to play the full animation. So you'll probably see me roll quite a bit. But yeah, so I mean, it looks really cool. Nothing crazy. Bossing is okay if you start with max power charges, so you can hit them on full life. Sometimes I can one-shot a boss. Sometimes I just have to power through and get a couple of Siphoning Strikes off. Okay, just gonna stun there, cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of it. Like I said, the cast on crit is the main winner here, so forgot to put that back. So basically this is gonna cast on crit Profane Ritual, which is gonna give us the power charges. Impetus just to make it cast more times. I think you can cast up to 5 of these at once, but we do have Spell Echo, so technically up to 10, I guess. I'm not sure if that's how that works. Then Profusion just to pull more in. Your basic Herald of Thunder, Wind Dancer setup. Killing Palm is really just if I get a rare to within culling, I'll behead it just to get the extra modifiers sometimes. I don't use it very often, so it's not necessary at all. Storm Wave, doesn't really matter what you have here. It's, like I said, just meant to shock bosses and get the first few kills when you enter a map. Aside from that, pretty much always just spamming Falling Thunder. So yeah, I just figured I'd make this because nobody's really playing Falling Thunder. Not really a lot of monks out there. Everybody's kind of lightning spearing everything to death at the moment. So I like the monk, I like the invoker, and the skill actually got buffed. It used to be only plus 25 per charge, but if we look, they buffed it to 50% more damage per power charge consumed, 100% more damage if a power charge was consumed. So the way I read this, I technically have 9 power charges plus 1, so 50% per would be 500, and then I guess this makes it 600. But I do have extra crit damage bonus. I haven't really built into that too much. My gear kind of sucks, honestly. It could be probably a lot better. Basically just a lot of plus to melee skills because we're not really spamming the attack, so the mana part doesn't matter that much. So this is up to 28 with Falling Thunder because I have I think I have plus melee somewhere else. I thought I did. Oh yeah, so I have this. Since nobody was using Falling Thunder, I actually got this pretty cheap. I don't know if there's another one out there. I think there was only 2 listed when I bought it, and I think I got it for like a div. So it's a pretty good deal. The gloves, this isn't really necessary. Kind of electrocutes things, sometimes helpful for bosses. I would probably rather just have some extra lightning and fizz damage on the gloves, maybe some attack speed, and extra melee strike skills. I could probably get this, I think I can get this to 30 with a +2 glove. Yeah, the rest of my stuff is really just, this is just stacked evasion, so I could get enough spirit to run all 3 of these. Don't really need Herald of Thunder, but it looks cool. And basically just stacked damage and resistances on the rings. Basically got some energy shield with this amulet, nothing crazy. Really the main thing with the helmet was getting the enough crit chance. I think I needed like 24, but getting all the way up to 30 let me take off one of these extra nodes here. And then the corrupt with the +1 maximum power charges was really all I was looking for, because every power charge definitely makes a difference. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nobody's really playing this build, so I figured I would showcase it. Went through the whole campaign with it. One-shot Doriani on crew. I think I may have a clip of that I can throw in here.
Whiskey. The destruction of Atzoatl will be repaid 1,000-fold. Unexpected, but not critical.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty fun. Looks cool. I like the lightning in this game, so if you have any questions or if you want me to like put this in a POV and upload it, I can. I think my POV says I do something like 7 million DPS. Don't really know how accurate that is because we're not just spamming the attack like this constantly. We have to wait on the charges to come back, so it's really just hitting the attack every once in a while, especially if we get surrounded, because Salvo does this and makes it go in random directions. So instead of my Falling Thunder just going straight out, it just kind of shoots all around us. And when it ricochets, it's kind of like a pseudo lightning strike, probably the closest you can get to lightning strike. I think it was actually the replacement for lightning strike, because if you look at the cosmetics here and you go to skills, Falling Thunder actually has the lightning strike effect. It's just not available yet, which is pretty cool. So once they add that in, I'll throw that on and see what it looks like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's definitely, like I said, not optimized in any way. I don't even have any perfect jewelers. This was corrupted to give me an extra socket because I think I've only found 1 greater jeweler and I threw it on cast on crit. I may have even bought it, I don't know. Stat requirements are kind of rough. If you want cast on crit this high, it does require, I think, 191 int, and then I think Herald of Thunder is the 164 dex, so I'm basically right there on those thresholds. Strength was for What was that for? My helmet, I believe. Yeah. So I just unlucky. I got an armor-based helmet, but it was the best one I could find. So I just threw some points into strength. Extra life is not too bad, anyways. Not really tanky. Kind of a glass cannon. Pretty easy to die, but with this node gives me basically the physical damage reduction based on my evasion, so pretty decent evasion, mainly from my chest piece and this right here and here and up here. So that's pretty much it. Really not too much to it. Only level 85, so there's definitely a lot more points I could probably take. I would most likely spend them on buffing the evasion, energy shield. Could probably go CI, I guess, if we stacked enough energy shield. Played CI on my last season, so that was pretty cool. But resistances aren't even maxed out right here. I kind of was slacking with my last couple of pieces, so yeah, that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, just post it in the comments. Appreciate it.